Yes, my name is Colleen Cummings. I'm from North Seattle College, where I'm a lecturer. I teach in the anthropology program there. And I found out about Istanbul Aydın University's Delightful Istanbul program from the international office at my institution, where they've sent students before. And it told me that Aydın University was interested in having lecturers from the US also come and teach as part of the program. In general, I think it's a great program. There's a lot of variety in terms of the subjects that the students can study, and there's a really good group cohesion that forms with the students as they're taking part in the programs and the classes themselves, as well as the social programs. And I think that there's a lot of learning that's going on both inside the classroom and outside the classroom as the students learn from each other and from the faculty here at Aydın. The university itself is very modern. The entire university feels brand new, and all of the facilities are fantastic. The classrooms are better than the ones that I teach in at home. I'm actually kind of jealous. And the facilities are really nice, and especially touring the facilities with some of the students, they were all sort of wide-eyed, and I think a lot of them got excited about learning here and also potentially about being students here in the future, maybe. Sure. I wound up sitting in on 3 different courses: leadership and culture, genetics and working with DNA, and exploring Turkish art via museums. And they were all very different classes, which was really nice to see. And all of the teaching styles were very distinct as well. In the genetics portion, there was a lot of fast-paced lecture combined with really quite intensive lab application of what the students were learning, which directly fed into what they were learning in the lecture. There was really good cohesion between the two. And the students were able to get both the theoretical and the practical aspect. In leadership and culture, there was lecture, but it was less instructor focused. There was a lot more emphasis on having the students speak to each other and in small discussion groups and really learning from each other, which I think they all found very useful, especially because it's a very multicultural group. And then in the art program, there was a lecture portion on the campus itself, which covered the history and some of the styles of different types of Turkish art. And then we spent a lot of the time at museums around the city being able to see examples of what the students were actually learning and being exposed to in the lecture. So again, it was a really good, close connection between the theoretical and the practical component. The gastronomy labs are really well designed. They're really modern, and we only saw a small portion of the demonstration of them, but it was really nice to have the staff there and willing to put on a bit of a demonstration and have the students involved in cooking the things. And it made me sad that the gastronomy program for this year was canceled, because I think it would have been a lot of fun, both for me and the students to teach in. And it was really nice to see some of the students cooking the things that they've been eating while we've been out around the town. The social programs in the evenings offered quite a bit of variety. There were ones that were more about the history and the culture of the city, and others that were about sort of more exploring and having fun. And I think it did a really good job of showcasing both Istanbul as a really deeply historic city and also as a very modern city. So students were able to get a feel of sort of that duality that exists within Istanbul and its really sort of rich culture, both as a really deep historical city, but also as a very modern, thriving, populated, and this really dynamic city as well. And I think the students and I had a lot of fun on all of the excursions. I think that for me, I'm a historian, I love history, so for me the historical ones were a little bit more interesting. So I really enjoyed visiting Topkapi Palace, and especially having a guide there who knew the history and was able to explain a lot about the history. It was really nice and very informative. I would absolutely recommend this program, and I tried to get quite a few of my students to come this past year, and I think I will be even more diligent in my efforts to get more students to come. Other international programs that I've taught with, they are international programs, but there's a lot of emphasis on Europeans, Americans, some Australians. But this program, it was really nice to see that there's a whole lot of people from Asia as well. And I think that obviously the geographical location of Istanbul, as well as its unique culture, really contributes to a wide variety of different cultures wanting to come here and wanting to study here. And I think that for a lot of the students, that's going to be sort of the longer term heart of the learning, is coming into close contact with all of these different cultures from around the world and learning about people from around the world and sort of breaking down some of the stereotypes that exist. And so yeah, I would absolutely recommend the program just for that, but then also for the excellent academic structure as well.